The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Sunrise podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Good morning to you here at 5 a.m. I'm Maddie Jansen alongside Alex Fisher.
This morning, we're learning some of our county firefighters have traveled up north to fight the McKinney fire in Siskiyou County. The fire erupted last Friday near the Oregon border and quickly spread to more than 50,000 acres. It is nearly 90 square miles, but there is some encouraging news this morning. Crews have the fire 10% contained, but this battle is far from over. Flames have destroyed the majority of homes and businesses in Klamath River. Several thousand people remain under evacuation orders. Experts say warmer temperatures and less humidity up north could fuel this fire in the coming days.
Back here at home, firefighters were able to save dozens of homes from a brush fire in Lebec yesterday afternoon. The fire started around 1:30 p.m. near Lebec Road and North Drive off I-5. An evacuation order was issued, or warning rather, was issued for residents living between North and Haberkern drives. Kern County fire crews say that crews were able to set up a perimeter and held the fire to just 75 acres with no homes damaged.
This was a great example of agencies working together to quickly extinguish a fire. The fire was spreading through vegetation, moderate rate of spread, and it was spreading toward about 24 homes that were immediately threatened. And so these are the type of homes that it's critical for those homeowners to create that defensible space. Since they're nestled into that area, do their best, and they have done that here today, so that we can make a stand.
No one was hurt in the fire. No word on a cause.
5:04 now, and public health officials have confirmed a 6th case of monkeypox in Kern County. Governor Gavin Newsom declared a state of emergency on Monday due to the outbreak. Officials say while contracting monkeypox is rare, it can be painful. Symptoms include rash, swollen lymph nodes, body aches, and fatigue. Public health officials say there are no specific treatments for monkeypox, but a smallpox vaccination may help. A vaccination clinic scheduled for this Sunday with the health department here in Kern County is now full.
Drug maker Moderna is considering making an mRNA vaccine similar to the COVID shot that would target monkeypox. The company's president said yesterday they've already started a research program to see if it's possible. With any new rollout of vaccine, it would take months to approve as the drug goes through an intense authorization process.
A man accused of holding his ex-girlfriend at gunpoint while forcing her to take pills to induce a miscarriage has taken a plea deal in court. Court records show Jagmeet Sandhu pleaded no contest to involuntary manslaughter. In exchange, 5 other charges, including murder, were dismissed. During an interview with police, Sandhu said he comes from a traditional Punjabi family, and the cultural differences between his and his ex's families meant the relationship would never work. Records show him saying his family was very upset with him impregnating his ex. The woman claimed Sandhu forced her to swallow pills at gunpoint, which led to the death of the 12-week-old fetus. Sandhu faces a year in jail and probation when he is sentenced at the end of the month. Baseball lost one of its most compelling voices Tuesday when Los Angeles Dodgers broadcaster Vin Scully, who came west with the team in 1958, passed away at the age of 94. 17's Robert Price spoke with some local fans who were inspired by Scully's dignity and humility and passion for the boys in blue.
He was more than a sportscaster. He was more than the face or the voice of a specific baseball team. Vin Scully was Los Angeles, but it was LA's best version of itself.
The LA in which all races, all cultures, all partisan persuasions coalesced for 9 innings of unity and shared passion. Los Angeles Dodgers announcer Vin Scully died Tuesday evening at the age of 94, and it seemed like all of Southern California, from San Diego to Bakersfield and beyond, felt the loss. He was at once revered like an icon and loved like an uncle. That's how Los Angeles Times columnist Bill Plaschke summed up Scully's life. Bakersfield is by and large Dodger country, and not just because the Dodgers' Class A affiliate, the Bakersfield Dodgers, played in this city for a combined total of 29 seasons. Fans here aren't just Dodger fans, they're Vin Scully fans. Take Alex Balfour, who's been going to Dodger games since he was small.
The things he said, the way he looked at life, you know, you never heard a negative thing come out of Vin Scully's mouth. It was always just beautiful poetry, you know, positive poetry.
He had the opportunity to meet Scully at the annual Voices of Inspiration dinner, hosted a few years ago by Hoffman Hospice, and he couldn't pass up the opportunity for an Instagram shout-out to fellow Scully admirer Carla Barrientos, who married into Dodgers fandom and has owned it since.
Hey, Carla, I got somebody that wants to say hi.
Hi, Carla. It's Vin Scully. Having a wonderful time.
He had that extra thing that made you want to watch and made you a fan not just of the Dodgers, but of him.
Jason Galvin, the voice of CSUB baseball, said Scully was not just the consummate baseball broadcaster. He was the type of guy who took his time with people. Galvin met Scully twice in 2015, on occasions a month apart, and Scully remembered his name. That only added to Galvin's respect for Scully, the announcer.
He was just so elegant at it. There's no yelling and screaming, you know, there's no hyperbole, there's no, you know, overselling the gravitas of the moment. You know, Vin had this way of just kind of weaving you through what was happening, and you didn't have to be there.
One of those visits was to open Vin Scully Field in the city of Taft.
There's a lesson in Vin Scully's life, and it has nothing to do with stolen bases or strikeouts.
Scully modeled rare virtues: humility despite acclaim, grace undeterred by fame. In Bakersfield, Robert Price, 17 News.
And the city of Los Angeles paid tribute to Vin Scully by lighting up several landmarks to honor his life and legacy. City Hall was lit up in blue on Wednesday to memorialize the man who was the voice of Dodgers for more than 6 decades. He was the broadcaster for the team since its arrival in Los Angeles in 1958. LAX also lit up its iconic pylons in Dodger blue in honor of Scully.
Meantime, out at Angel Stadium, the Halos paid tribute to Vin Scully, holding a moment of silence ahead of their game last night against the Athletics. Angel star Mike Trout shared a few words about the broadcasting legend.
If you think of Dodger baseball or just, you know, any sports broadcasting, you think of Vinny. I got a chance to meet him, got to talk to him a little bit, and it meant a lot to me because what he meant to the game, just such an icon. He's one of the best, if not the best.
The legacy Vin Scully leaves behind reaches much further than just baseball, and we saw that for sure yesterday. All the tributes pouring in, not just from Dodger fans, not just from baseball fans, but from fans of Vin's storytelling from around the world. And I think that's what was so neat about all of the tributes coming in, is that it was not just, like I said, from those who have enjoyed watching Dodger baseball over the years. Now to Kern's sober reality this morning, and a man questioned in the death of a woman who was run over while sleeping in Jefferson Park admitted to being drunk and driving recklessly. That is according to court records obtained by 17 News. Police say 57-year-old Ann Guyton was asleep on the grass when she was hit last month. Investigators say the man accused of hitting her said he was impaired when he arrived at the park that night and admitted to driving recklessly throughout the park on multiple occasions. The man's passenger told investigators she couldn't remember what happened because she was so drunk. 17 News is not naming the couple because they have not been charged as of news time this morning.
From our 17 News follow-up file now, a man driving a car that fled after hitting and seriously injuring an 11-year-old girl says he didn't know what he'd hit. The man and his wife were in the car when it happened near Jewetta Avenue on June 4th. Their son says the couple heard a loud bang while driving and then found damages to their car when they got home. 79-year-old Donjabai Patel was arrested on suspicion of felony hit and run, but no charges are currently listed. The girl was then airlifted to Valley Children's Hospital in Madera and is now recovering. Police say drugs, alcohol, and speed don't appear to be factors.
The search continues this morning for a missing runaway teen. The Bakersfield Police Department says 17-year-old Krista Ray Allen was last seen July 25th on Auburn Street near Morning Drive. Police say Allen is 6 feet tall, 120 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. If you have any information on where she could be, call police.
Your time is 5:37 and making news across the nation. Indiana Congresswoman Jackie Wolorski was killed yesterday in a car crash. Wolorski, who is 58 years old, had served in Congress since 2013. According to the local sheriff's office, the driver of a second vehicle traveled over the center line and collided head-on with the SUV carrying Wolorski and her 2 aides. Wolorski, her staff members, and the other driver died in the crash. Fellow Congress members honored Wolorski for dedicating her life to service and being a champion for the people of Indiana.
Now to entertainment news and celebrating the best local music scene that our local area has to offer. The Bakersfield Music Awards returns on Sunday. 17's Moses Small takes a sneak peek at the highly anticipated event.
Bakersfield Music Awards. It's a red carpet affair, redefining the Bakersfield sound.
Everyone's included, everyone's diverse, and everyone's welcome.
Event organizers say the Bakersfield Music Awards focus on emerging local talent, including many artists who fall outside the musical legacy created by legends like Buck Owens and Merle Haggard.
We can't not acknowledge that hip-hop is the #1 genre in the world right now, but make no mistake, we don't limit it to that. We want to honor country, pop, rock. We want to honor Bakersfield music.
More than 40 people are nominated this year in categories like hip-hop, audio engineering, and R&B.
A lot of community, a lot of people hugging, shaking hands. It's going to be a lot of people happy, getting their trophy for working so hard on making these videos and writing these songs.
If you're interested in the 18+ event, Dangerfield says you have to act fast.
We're encouraging everyone to buy tickets as soon as possible because they're going to pack the house out.
17's Moses Small reporting. And the award show is happening Sunday at the Iron Lily venue on 24th Street. And we'll put a link to get tickets on our website, kget.com. And we'll have much more about the Bakersfield Music Awards Saturday on 17 News at 5.
Making news around the world, the Senate votes 95-1, pushing Sweden and Finland a step closer to NATO membership. Missouri's Josh Hawley was the only no vote. NATO invited Sweden and Finland to join the alliance at the end of June. The decision must go to all 30 member countries for ratification. Russia has repeatedly warned Finland and Sweden against joining the alliance. President Biden says the vote is a signal of bipartisan U.S. commitment to NATO. The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.